So today is the second video in the series of lasers basics. So today we will discuss few terms which are very commonly used in lasers and energy based devices. The, the first of these terms is fluence. Fluence is basically measurement of energy delivered per unit surface area. Since it's an energy per unit surface area, so it is measured in joules per centimeter square. तो फ्लुएंस हमेशा joules per centimeter square में ही measure की जाएगी. And the time during which this energy or the laser light is delivered, it is called the pulse duration. And as it's obvious that it is a time, so it would be measured in seconds or milliseconds. And the rate at which this energy is delivered, it is called the power of the laser. And since it's a rate, so it would be measured in joules per second. So I hope these three terms are now clear that fluence is joules per centimeter square and it is the total energy which is delivered, and the time during which this energy is delivered is called pulse duration, and the rate at which this energy is delivered is called the power of the laser machine. So some laser beams, they are continuous and some are pulsed. So what do we mean by continuous beam and what do we mean by intermittent or pulsed beam? When we call that this laser has continuous beam, we mean that it has no to minimal variation in the output or the energy delivered over the pulse duration. जितनी भी energy पल्स ड्यूरेशन के दरमियान आउटपुट आएगी, जितनी भी एनर्जी डिलीवर की जाएगी वो कॉन्टिन्यूस रहेगी इन द कॉन्टिन्यूस बीम टाइप ऑफ लेजर. अब इसका ड्रॉबैक क्या है? अगर हम ड्रॉबैक की बात करें तो ड्रॉबैक ये है कि these laser machines are basically limited by the amount of power they can deliver. So it would be like same power which would be delivered, and we can't increase or decrease the power. Then there are laser which deliver pulsed laser light or which deliver pulsed energies. These are called pulsed lasers. अब pulsed lasers क्या करते हैं? Basically pulsed lasers जो हैं they are discrete and they deliver intermittent laser light. Pulsed lasers can deliver high power output by limiting the time over which the pulse is delivered. अब इसकी मैं आपको एग्जांपल देती हूँ कि जैसे हम पल्स्ड लेजर में क्यू स्विच्ड की बात करते हैं. क्यू स्विच लेजर्स आर टाइप ऑफ पल्स्ड लेजर्स and it is an extreme type of pulsed laser. What happens in Q switch type of laser? The laser energy is built up in the laser cavity. जिस लेजर कैविटी की हमने लास्ट डिस्कशन में बात की थी, दैट इज द ऑप्टिकल रेजोनेटर, जिसमें लेजर मीडियम होता है, लेजर कैविटी होती है एंड इट कंटेन्स अ स्पेसिफिक क्रिस्टल. इस मीडियम में द लेजर एनर्जी इज बिल्ट अप इन द लेजर कैविटी before being discharged in a very short duration, in a very short pulse duration. So the laser energy is increased, pulse duration is short, so the laser is more targeted. The main advantage of the pulsed lasers over the continuous type of lasers is that they can generate high power output over a short pulse duration. So the clinical outcome would be good. There would be targeted destruction and there would be less surrounding damage. Then there is another technology which is ahead of the Q-switched technology, because Q-switched lasers, they work in nanosecond domain, and there is another technology which is far ahead of the Q-switched lasers. It is basically picosecond technology, and they deliver the laser energy in picosecond times. So the advantage of picosecond lasers over the nanosecond laser is that there is more targeted destruction and there is less thermal reaction in the surrounding tissue. It becomes more mechanical and less thermal. So mechanical damage would be there and thermal side effects would be less. So these terms, they are very important in lasers. So today we discussed different types of terminologies used in lasers, like we discussed fluence, power, and we discussed the laser beams types and so on. Thank you.